What's going on, my loves? As always, sending you peace, love, blessings, and abundance. I added the love into there because I always want to send you guys love. So, actually, this is going to be a pretty quick video. I was driving to go get some ingredients because I'm making some sip today, some idle sip. It's already tasting good, and I still have to add my Irish and my carrots. So, anywho's, as I was driving to the market, what popped in my head was ancestral plane is also what we call the astral plane. They're one and the same. If you take the letters NCE out of ancestral, you will have astral. So yeah, that came to my head. So it made me think, okay, what is the astral plane? So when we transition from this physical body, from this physical plane in existence, we actually transition over to the astral plane. And there are 7 astral planes. The astral planes are, the reason why there are 7 is because they are based upon the 7 houses that we have, or 7 chakras that we have in this physical body, and also that exists in our astral body, because your astral body is actually created before your physical body is created, right? So basically, how it's determined which astral plane, which level or house that you will reside in when you transition from this particular dimension is based upon which house you live in the most, which also means where your vibration is when you transition. So if you live more, or you vibrate in your root chakra, so that means that you are totally on a physical type of conscious, or I should say unconsciousness. You are not conscious to the fact that you are a soul and not a body. You are only utilizing this body as a vehicle so that you can be able to participate in this physical realm, so that you can play your part or your role in this physical realm. That's the only reason why you have this physical vehicle. Otherwise, you will be in your astral body. So the people that are vibrating only on that root chakra level, or who are more in sync with the root chakra level or house, then you will go to the first astral plane. And then if you're more in tune with your sacral chakra, which is below your navel, then you will go to the astral plane for this vibrations of the sacral chakra, and then the solar plexus, and then your heart, and then your throat, and then of course your pineal, and then your crown. Okay, so the ones who have actually been able to penetrate through your heart chakra, through that gateway, and you're living more in your higher chakras, those are the ones who are going who are able to decide whether or not they want to come back into this physical existence, because they want to work more like on a kind of on a level almost like a swami, which is a monk, Indian monk, like helping people find who they truly are, their true being. You could be that type of person, or you can just come back because you want to make it a better place, or help children, or whatever you want to do, whatever you desire to do. You have the choice to either come back to this physical existence, or you can stay on the astral plane, and you might have some other lessons that you need to basically master before you can go to the next plane of existence, which is the causal plane of existence, where you do not need an astral body and you do not need a physical body. However, you can create those things through your thought. You can definitely create it. However, you do not need it, because the causal plane is vibrational energy. It is light energy. It is sound energy, and it is the energy that creates the universes and planets and all of those things. Okay. But again, back to the astral plane. The astral plane has its own planets. So for the people who are living on the astral plane, basically that is their new existence. They don't come back to this physical existence. They're living on the astral plane so that they can work out their whatever things that they need to do in order to come to the perfect balance, in order to move to the next level, which is the causal plane, or to be a teacher in the astral plane. Those light beings were aware on this physical plane who they were, who they truly are, that they are source in a human experience. And they were the ones who were meditating and not so focused on physical desires. So if you're truly still focused on physical desires, you have no choice but to come back here, because that is the Hermetic law, that is that is karma. So when you still have physical desires, that means that you desire to come back to this plane, and until you resolve that physical desire or the physical actions of whatever you have done that keep you at a vibrating at a lower frequency, you have to come back to this physical plane. And so you'll be in the astral plane for about, some say 500 to 1,000 years, which is Earth years. Some people may come back earlier because you're meant to do other things. Someone who has mastered all of their chakras, all their houses, they're able to come back to this physical plane when they choose to come back to this physical plane, and they even can visit while they're in the astral plane. Okay, and not saying that we don't have the people who are like our ancestors and things, who are guiding us, being our spirit guides. Some of them are coming back to this physical plane in an astral body only to guide us to, excuse me, I have to burp, only to guide us to the steps and things that we need to do in order for us to get to the point where we are able to do the same. Because some of us will be coming back as spirit guides. Some of us will choose to come back in a physical form so that we can accomplish some other things and bring up, continue to elevate the vibrations of this physical plane. So yeah, that literally came to me earlier, that astral and ancestral are the same thing. It's the plane where our ancestors exist. And even though our ancestors are also on the causal plane, it's just that they're not in any type of body. They're not in an astral body suit, and they're not in a physical body suit. The only difference is, in an astral body suit, the light beings are able to transform into anything that they want to be. They can change the way they look. They can change into an animal, a bird, and different things like that. It's kind of like the movies and things like, I can't think of the name. I think it's Miss Peregrine's or something like that. School for the Mystical or something like that. Right now the name of the movie's not coming to me, but I'm pretty sure some of you have watched the movie. But she's able to transform into a bird. So that's like the astral light beings, our ancestors. They're able to transform into anything, cats, whatever mystical, magical beings that we know that are very important to the higher vibrations. They're able to transform into those, really anything they want. So yeah, just think of the astral plane as that. And also, if you've watched the Doctor Strange movie, you remember when Doctor Strange had flew over to, I think it was India, and he was going to meet with the all-knowing, the one. And she was played by a white lady, and her head was bald and everything, so she looked kind of like a monk. And she had this ability. She was totally tapped into all of her chakras, and including was able to like tap into astral projection and everything. So when Doctor Strange came to her, and he was totally just thinking about his physical. He wanted his hands to work again because he used to be this great surgeon. And so he was so focused on his greatness as a surgeon that he was totally like cut off from who his true being is. So all she did was she took her hand and she pushed it into his chest, like between his breastplate, where on his breastplate where your heart chakra is, the gateway to your higher chakras. And he automatically, his astral body was projected out of his body. So that is, if you watch that movie, you can see kind of what the astral plane, like what the astral body is, what they're showing the astral body as being, or the astral world as being, because he was even at one point she had him like flying or floating. He really wasn't flying because he didn't have any control, but he was floating into the ether, into the astral plane. He was just all through, and he saw like you know, wormholes and all those different things like that. And he was totally freaked the fuck out because he was unconscious to that, because he was only focused on a physical existence. He didn't think there was anything else greater than being in the physical existence, which we know is on the lower scale. So actually the lowest you can get is physical. So yeah, because it's the densest, it's more denser, and the vibration of it is low vibrational. So the higher your vibration, the higher the plane. That's why the causal plane is the highest plane before you just go back into being a part of, you know, the darkness, the stillness, the being, the all-knowing, the I am. So yeah, I just wanted to break that down to you guys, because it came to me. It was just sometimes like, you know what? I know what the astral plane is. It just, you know what I'm saying? It just came out of that. And then I'm still working on the whole thing of not confirming what I already know. So I went ahead and Googled, and I found this. I went into one article and I read it. I was like, oh, yep, okay. So I am right, kind of thing. Like, I have to, that's what I'm actually working on, not needing someone to co-sign, because it's my perspective. It is my truth. It is something that was given to me by my higher self. So I just need to trust in my higher self, and that's where I'm actually working and growing in. I'm growing and glowing in that particular, growing to glow in that particular respect when it comes to trusting what I know, what I truly know deep down inside. But anywho's, my loves, I just wanted to give you guys that information, and I know that this information did bliss your life, and just know that I appreciate everything, all the energy that is coming my way, because I can feel the consciousness just rising, and people being so curious and asking questions, because you should never stop asking questions, because the person who thinks they knows it all knows nothing. All right, so just remember that none of us know it all until we go back into the all-knowing. All right, so at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video, my loves, and thank you so much again for watching this video. You can share this video as well. Of course, you can share any of my videos, because I'm still working on myself. It's all a process. It's a process, just like your food when you're cooking it. Like I'm cooking my sip. It was a process in me prepping it. So you have to prep it, you know. Then you start, you know, putting all the things together, getting all your ingredients, you know, together, and then you start cooking it on the stove. And then after it's cooked on the stove and it simmers and it marries it, you know, all of the ingredients marry each other, then it's ready to eat. And then even before that, it's a process, because you have to get your ingredients. So everything is in process. Don't ever think that you should know it all. Don't ever think that someone else is smarter than you. We are all learning together, and we're all supposed to tap into that network, because that's what it is. It's a network. We're all in, and we're all invited to it. It's not some exclusive club, you know, so don't ever think that way. Anywho's, I just had to send that love out to you and let you know that you should never, ever, ever compare yourself to someone else, because you are your own special you. The universe decided to come and express itself in you. That's it. All right. So anywho's, I love you guys. I heart you so much. Like I said, go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Knowledge Butterfly. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Knowledge Butterfly. I'm on my Aries shit. You know, Aries be a little confident and everything. So I'm on my Aries shit with this full moon. It's helping me express my fire, which is Sagittarius as well. I love you guys once again. Peace.